The gunners, concealed on the hillside, saw what looked like a direct hit on the bridge from a British-built Hunter. It flew over at 400 feet, dodging the ineffective fire of tribesmen more used to simple muskets than machine guns with a kick. But after attacking the bridge for 3 days in a row, the Iraqi jets failed to destroy it. Hamilton's bridge, built 30 years ago, stood firm despite its battle scars, and the highway which it carries over the Rwanda's river remained open to the Kurdish troops. The Hunter you've just seen apparently got away unscathed, but the Kurds do claim to have brought down planes with small arms fire. Any marksman skillful enough to do so gets a £20 bounty and a new gun. As evidence of one hit, the Kurds brought forward this auxiliary fuel tank, but the pilot could have ditched it to gain speed for a getaway. At first, they thought it was some strange sort of bomb. A check on its serial number showed it was part of a British Hunter jet supplied to Iraq less than 3 years ago. Other, more positive evidence of a kill: the wreckage of an Aleutian 28 brought down by a 20mm machine gun in one of the last sorties of the war. The crew of 5 tried to bail out, but were killed when the plane hit a rocky ridge. Leading the Kurdish warriors in their fight is a man who spent 12 years in Russia after the war, but without becoming a communist. He's General Mullah Mustafa Barzani, who's 63, father of 8 sons. Until the peace talks, there was a price on his head of £300,000. General Barzani is never far away from the battlefront, and it's he who's taken the leading part in negotiations with the Baghdad government. In an interview, he talked about the war.
100,000 Peshmergas could continue the struggle if only we had enough arms. No Iraqi government can last if the struggle continues. We will accept aid from anyone. So far, we haven't attacked the oil installations because of our friendly feelings towards the Britons who control them. But if they don't help us, we will explode the installations.
Recruiting posters put the Iraqi government case that the Kurds are a minority group committing treason against a legally constituted government. They describe the Kurds as a threat to national unity. General Barzani says that over 12,000 Kurds have been killed in the last 5 years, 10,000 of them civilians. Wounded troops are taken to the forward hospital where a queue of casualties are always waiting for treatment. In the cramped surgery, Dr. Abdul Hamkit deals single-handed with casualties, working mostly at night and snatching rest when he can in the day. The tradition amongst the Peshmergas is that the badly wounded shoot themselves rather than survive maimed. Drugs and medical supplies are scarce, and most arrive through the Red Cross or communist sources since the Baghdad government cut the roads north. Life in the villages, despite the war, goes on much as it has for centuries. Most Kurds are small farmers. Their only contact with the 20th century, the hostile jets for which a watch is kept around the clock. The villagers are friendly and welcome all guests, except Iraqis and hunger. Since the war began, farming has been disrupted and crops ruined by napalm bombs. Wheat is scarce, tea, sugar and rice are luxuries for which have to be imported by way of Persia. And the tobacco exports, which paid for them, have been